Welcome to this video tutorial in which I'm going to take my R2D2 style Vimeo here, at least in terms of the sound effects, and try and adapt the program, and I'll explain how right now. At the moment my Vimeo here is programmed so that this wheel, let me turn it on first, I'll play it, so that this wheel over here is making the kind of squeaky noise that R2D2 makes, and this one over here is making the little beepy noise that R2D2 normally makes. So what I want to do here, and if you saw a previous video tutorial about how to do this, you can still hear that little ticking sound in there. I still don't know how to get rid of that, so that's very annoying. I'm sure there's a very simple explanation. Anyway, what I want to do is make it so that this no longer makes the squeaky scratchy sound. I want to move away from R2D2 and make it instead so that rotating this wheel is actually going to change the duration that this note plays for. So I can make it happen a lot faster if I move it in one direction, and I can make it move a lot slower, or set the note duration a lot longer, should I say, if I move it in the other direction. So this is like a note duration control. That at least is my plan. So let's just stop this. Let's see what I'm going to do. Now I'm going to need to get some variables set up here. So what I'm going to do in the variables, I want to set a time, so a delay. Let's rename this as delay. I want to set a delay to be equal to 100 milliseconds, and I want to be able to sort of basically define this variable value. So to do that, now I'm sure there's a better way of doing it than what I'm going to do right here, but to do this I'm going to just make it so that if I release the center button, it's going to set that initial timer value. So I can just take this, turn this over basically, and just do that, and when I release my finger from the center button, that value should be set, which is exactly what it is right now. So I should get that kind of beepy sound. Okay, so let's see if this is going to work. I want to delete that value, and instead I want to set the delay, the time that it waits before it plays the sound, to be equal to this delay value, which is 100. Now this is going to be a little bit more tricky. Down here I'll need to have an algebraic expression, so I want to set the duration here when it's 100th of a millisecond to be equal to 6/60ths, but what I need to do here is come up with an algebraic function or another functional statement that's basically going to control the duration that the note plays for. So how am I going to do this? I'm going to take my delay, which currently is 100, and I want to transform that into 6. So 100 is going to take that, and if I think about this, if I consider that 1000 milliseconds is going to be equal to 60 seconds. Let's see if I can just bring in the calculator here. Let's have a see. If I take 1000 milliseconds and divide it by 60, then that gives me 16.666 recurring, which means that I would have to multiply whatever value I get here by 16.66 to get the delay in milliseconds. So my formula here is going to be equal to, so if I take the delay and I divide it by 16.66, that will equal the note duration. Okay, so let's come along here. In 1/60th of a second. Okay, is that going to make sense? Let's find out. Let's see if that works. So, for example, if I just clear this, if I take my 100 milliseconds and I divide it by 16.66, I should get roughly 6. And I do. Whew. Okay, fantastic. Let's just try that again in another way. Let's say I have half a second delay. 500 milliseconds divided by 16.66. Now half a second should be 30/60ths. Yes, that formula works. Okay, so let's come back to here. Oh, has something gone wrong here? I'm going to have to investigate. Okay, well, something just went wrong there. It just crashed, and I've had to just reload my R2D2 program there, and then just quickly update it again with what we've done in terms of defining this variable here called delay and then setting the timer period equal to that delay value. But now I'm in a position where I can now put an algebraic or functional statement into here, which is then going to control the duration of the note based upon this delay value. So let's have a look. That's going to be a mathematical entry. I need to put that in the bin, and what I want to do is I want to take the delay value and I want to divide it by 16.66. So that's going to convert this delay here in terms of milliseconds into a delay in terms of 60ths of a second. And I want to have the same thing happening down here. So I think what I'm going to do here is just delete that command there, and I'm going to duplicate it and drop that in there. So let's run that and see if that works. Now it's not working at the moment, and I think it might be because I've not set the value of delay. So if I just turn this over, press on the middle button and release, now it works. Absolutely fantastic. There we go. That works beautifully. Okay, so now I want to make it so that this command up here no longer controls the scratch sound effect, which is what's happening at the moment, but instead controls this delay value here. So let's have a look at I want to remove this. I'll pop that in the bin, and I want to remove this. I want to put that in the bin. So if motor speed is greater than 10, and what I want to do is have a maths statement up here, I think, or is it logic? Nope, I want to have a logic. Then how am I going to do this? Then I want to do, yes, what I want to do with the variables, I want to change the variable. So let's have a see. I want to set, yes, I want to set delay equal to magic. Can I drop that in there? Can I drop that in there? No, I can't, because that is a comparison. I need maths. Maths. I need to do a calculation. Then delay is going to be equal to the current value of the delay, so in this case 100 milliseconds. And I want to, what am I going to do here? Right, this is going to, I'm going to have that as increase. It seems a bit counterproductive. That should normally be increase, but I'll have forwards being increased. So let's have that plus 1. I'm going to add 1 to that delay value. Else, if motor speed is less than 10, well, let's duplicate this. And I want to set the value of the delay equal to the current value minus 1. Okay, so every time it detects this, it's going to change the delay value. Let's see if that works. Okay, here we go. Now, I'm getting nothing at the moment because I've not set it. There we are. Okay, that's a standard 1/10 of a second. Now if I run that a bit, yes, now it's slower. Bring it back a bit. Now it's faster. Fantastic. Slow it down. Slow it down more. Now can I do both at the same time? Now it's interesting here that when I change the duration of the note by turning this wheel, even though I keep turning the left wheel, if I move the right, it pauses the sound effect until it's updated that time delay. Absolutely fantastic. There we are, done it. Well, I have to say that was a big success. I hope you got something out of that, and hopefully I'll see you again in another Thimio or other video tutorial.